Hi everyone, today is Friday, May 29th, 2026, and this is your reading for today. As I shuffle, I'm going to ask for the message that we need to hear in order for us to align with the most authentic version of ourselves. And I'm going to start by pulling a few tarot cards so we can read into today's energies, most dominant energies. We've got the Nine of Cups, so very grounded emotions I'm feeling from you right now. Something that you have been working on and is actually cultivating a more solid foundation in your life. We've got the Two of Swords. However, there is something that you're not quite seeing clearly yet. Your mind is sort of allowing a filter that you can't quite see through yet, but you can feel it, and it's sort of making you question if you're making the right decisions moving forward. You're also realizing that because you have been feeling more grounded in your emotions, more regulated in your emotions, you're beginning to realize in what ways you have been blinded. And I think that's actually the true message here, is that you are beginning to see in what ways you have been filtering the truth, in ways you have been lying to yourself and to others because of the dysregulation and anxiety that you used to experience. So in other words, you're making steps towards seeing yourself more clearly. And then we've got the Five of Cups here, and the truth feels disorienting a little bit. So as grounded as you have been feeling, you are also beginning to feel a little bit of upheaval, confusion around realizing truths that you didn't quite see before. You feel like you have been lying to yourself, that you weren't exactly who you wanted to be. And hey, we've all done it, we've all been there. The key moving forward now is to recognize in what ways you were acting not in integrity with your true self, and make changes. That's all we can do. We can't change what we've done or what had happened before. We can only change who we are moving forward. And at the bottom of the deck here, love it, we've got the Two of Wands. And so as you move through this confusing period in your life, you'll be able to see what you want next. You'll be able to cultivate a different vision for yourself from this new person that you are becoming, from this new version you are becoming. Now, I'm going to pull some guidance cards on this. This is a pretty heavy pull, I think. I think that, when you begin to move more coherently in your life, your emotions are regulated, your actions match your emotions and your thoughts, like everything's more congruent in your life. You begin to see in what ways you weren't acting congruent, where you were kind of acting from a dysregulated nervous system, from confusion, and a lot of it is just old cycles, things that we've been taught from other people, a lot of things that weren't even yours. And there's nothing wrong with that, because everyone goes through that, but seeing that truth is hard sometimes, and it can push you off your center. It can push you away from your center. It can push you into dysregulation again. But that's the whole point. When you learn to regulate your emotions, it's not so you can be regulated forever. It's so that when things come or happen into your life that sort of spike big emotions within you, you know how to handle it better. You don't let the circumstances throw you off your center and pull you away from yourself. And if you do get pulled away, you know how to come back. And that's the real skill, is learning how to move with the ebb and flow of life and experiences. All right, so I'm going to pull some guidance cards on these. And we've got spirals of manifestation. So right now you're beginning to really notice how the old cycles have played out in your life and how they've influenced your decisions and therefore have influenced a lot of your reality. And don't just look at it negatively. Look at also the good cycles that continue to play out in your life, that do continue to bring good things into your life, because this happens on both ends of the scale. Spirals of manifestation is not good versus bad. It's more about good and bad, making space for both, knowing which cycles brought more good, knowing which cycles brought bad, negative experiences, and choosing to do more of the ones that, you know, do are better for you, the ones that create better circumstances, create better results. And it's really as simple as that, is being able to know the cycles that enhance you and the ones that don't. And then we've got Pandora's gift. And, you know, every time we go through these experiences, a lighting up happens from within. We are letting go of old things, but we are also like gaining wisdom. And that's Pandora's gift here. It is understanding that in every experience that you integrate into your life, it creates a different version of you. And you can choose for that version of you to be one that is more life-giving, or one that is just more, you know, feeding the negative cycles. And what you want to do is allow these experiences to teach you, and allow these experiences to light you up from the inside, inspire you to a better version of you. And finally, we have release the dark wound, let love live. And this is a card about letting go of perfectionism, letting go of things needing to be a particular way in order to feel good about your life, about yourself, and instead understanding that life is a process, and that you don't need to wait. You don't have to be perfect in order to be deserving and be worthy and to move forward with the things that you want to create. And this is important as you move forward from this realization, from understanding that, you know, there are things you've done you're not proud of, but that doesn't mean that you have to wait until you're perfect in order to get what you actually want out of life. You get to have it now. And you were never meant to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect anyway. And so I hope you were able to draw something valuable from today's reading. Have a great day.